Yeah, we are in the place of Welcome everybody to a brand new series for Stellaris. I decided to play, and I decided to play it because it's a fairly simple game to get into, and I really like the space theme, but it is kind of simple for Paradox games. It only has a couple expansion packs, so unlike Europa Universalis, which has like 15 expansions and is very dense, has a lot of mechanics going on, and can be kind of tricky to get into, not so much with Stellaris. It's a lot easier to get into. I highly suggest it if you like sci-fi themed stuff. It's pretty cool. And we're going to be playing Illithid, which is a monster from Dungeons & Dragons. If you recall, it's also called Mind Flayer. So I saw this particular model, and you know, the obvious one is Cthulhu, but Cthulhu also kind of looks like Mind Flayers. The Mind Flayers have the little tentacles coming out of their face, and they basically grab people's faces and suck their brains out. They're kind of like zombies that way, I guess. But they have psionic powers. We're unfortunately going to stay away from psionic powers because I thought that for the identity of the Illithid, it was more important that they maintain the Hive Mind that they generally have in D&D. And also, they just like to consume everybody and everything. So that's what they're doing. We went with Hive Mind, which gives us population growth speed and resettlement cost. And then we went with Devouring Swarm, which gives us a whole mess of bonuses. And One Mind, which gives us bonuses to Unity. And then Gestalt Consciousness, which you kind of need for the Hive Mind. Which, yeah, it makes it pretty easier to play. I do think that Hive Minds are a little bit easier because you don't have to deal with all of the races, so I kind of like it for that reason. Then for traits, we went with Hive Minded. You need that for Hive Mind. And then we went Slow Breeders, which kind of takes away some of the advantage we have for pop growth speed. Added Enduring so that everybody lives a little longer, and made them intelligent. The intelligence, I decided, was kind of the callback to the Mind Flayer, where they had psionic powers. Because I'm not doing that, this is going to be my nod. That's the best I could do. We decided to go with reptilian ships and cities. I don't know why. They're not the greatest looking ships, but it's different. I like the avian ships usually, but I decided to go with something a little different this time. And then for the world that they like to inhabit, I went with Arid World. Illithid generally in D&D are underworld dwellers, but that's obviously not a choice in Stellaris. So I decided to go for Desolation more than anything, and I thought that Arid really worked well for Illithids. So for settings, we're going to go pretty standard, going with a huge galaxy instead of a smaller one. We do have an increased primitive civilizations. Usually it's at 1.5x. I upped it to 2, and I also made the endgame start year a little bit later. We're going with Captain difficulty, which is, I mean, it's kind of their normal one. I'm still sort of new to Stellaris, so I'm not great at it yet, so we're kind of working our way up there. And then everything else is pretty much standard. So here we go. One thing that I know that you kind of have to be with Hive Mind is you have to be really aggressive, because you're going to basically hate everybody and everybody's going to hate you. So you really want to be aggressive as possible early on, and I really like playing aggressive playstyles, so I think it's going to really work well for us. We do have all the expansion packs, content packs, and story packs for this game. Like I said, it's not too much. There's been 2 expansions, 2 content packs, and then 3 story packs. It's really not a whole lot that's been added. And I gotta say, the one knock I have on this game is I feel like the content packs and the expansions are a little light compared to other Paradox games. They're not bad. Utopia in particular, I thought was a really strong expansion, but the second one, what was it, Synthetic Dawn, I think, was a little more shallow, I feel, than this one, than the first one. I'm really excited for the next one. The next expansion is going to redo how planets work, and I think it's really going to help give this game a little more depth. So here we are. We have a binary star. That's kind of interesting. That's very cool. So let's get, first of all, our science ship going somewhere. Where are we? Ugh, kind of in the middle. I think I want to take over this part here. So we're going to send right here and I guess this way. We'll head out in that general direction. Okay. We also will want to... We have very limited resources up front. The question is, do I want to invest in another science vessel right off the bat, or should I invest in mining? I think I'm going to invest in the mining so that I can get cooking a little bit more. So we'll do that, and actually I'm going to leave the energy alone for a little bit. I don't think we need it quite yet. Early game is very much part minerals. Later in the game it becomes all about energy. So we're going to research speed right away, and monthly unity, I want that. And then, I don't usually get minerals up front like this. Usually I go for the engineering facility right away, but I think I'm going to take the minerals. I think that's a pretty good move. So we're going to unpause and we're going to speed it up because we don't have a lot to do. And while we're doing that, let's take a look at our world. Size 18, that's pretty good. It is random, so you don't always get a great world. Sometimes you get, I think the minimum that you can get is a 15, but you can get like a 20 sometimes. And I'm going to resist the urge of unblocking things for now. That's going to be something that we're going to easily do later in the game. Not too much later, but we'll have... Early in the game, we don't really have a lot of uses for energy because we're not really using it much. So stuff like that is really easy to do. So I think we're going to leave that construction builder go for a little bit. Let's take a look. I'm going to build the science ship. Why not? It's very important to get out and get everything set up. So we have 128 left. Let's take a look at... There's nothing really that's going to be pressing. So, I mean, I kind of want to clear out this one just because it's going to give us more minerals, but we need the energy for now. So we finished the construction of our science ship. I'm actually going to send this guy out. And we're not going to be able to actually use the science ship until we get 200 energy, because we need a leader first. So that's basically the waiting game. Now, actually, I take it back. I'm gonna go ahead and... Can I actually change where you're going, man? Yep. Okay, we're gonna go spend the money there. Since we've already spent the money on the science ship. I'm actually gonna leave the anomalies for now. For one, because my scientists are very inexperienced. I'm having a hard time talking today. Nice. Because my scientists are inexperienced still, it's going to take them a long time to get through those anomalies. But I also just want to get a whole bunch of stuff surveyed so that we can get cooking on building this empire. The faster that we can grow, the better. That was a pretty weak system. This one looks a lot bigger, so hopefully we get more out of it. But yeah, this was, you can even tell just by looking at it, it's weak. That anomaly might help. We're just going to go out and build a starbase. We have the minerals, so we might as well go with it. And we have our energy, so we can recruit a new scientist. Anomaly research speed or survey speed. I'm actually going to take survey speed. Usually I like the anomaly research. But like I said, we're trying to get out the gate fast. So he's going down there. What I want this one to do is we're going to go here to supplement it a little bit. But I'm going to turn back. I think I'm going to go out here and just let it be done. I think that's going to be a dead end. And looking at this, I might actually turn around, I'll come up here, and then turn around and come and do these and come back to help out with this cluster. We'll see where we're at. Ooh, and we have a new world. 14 is not good for me. I usually like them at least 15 at this stage of the game. I'm not going to be able to hold a lot of planets, so I want to make them count. This one's routine. Alright, I think I'm going to actually... Well, we're going to leave it for now. That one actually wouldn't have been bad for me to do. It's not going to cost me more time. Let's see. We don't really need more energy, but we're going to do at least one per system just to basically pay for that that station that we're building right there. And we're taking time so that this guy can do what he needs to do. I almost want to get a third science ship, but I kind of want to see what the surroundings are a little more before I do that. And it's going to take a little time to get to 200 energy again anyway. Instead, I think I'm going to build a couple corvettes. Let's just do one for now. The discovery of alien life. We're not alone. So we get 60 research. Pretty good there. And we're going to start with synchronicity. Gives us pop growth speed. But really, it has some really good early game stuff. I like the hive snaps. And I also like shipbuilding speed, fire rate, building speed. It just speeds up everything a little bit. So we're going to go with that. Contact report, simple forms of life. We have confirmed the existence of lower forms of organic life outside of the Carabiosphere.
Anomaly found.
Leader has gained a level. Leave B for now. Where?
Construction complete. Star system charted.
So this system is charted. Do I go back or wait for this one? I think we're going to wait.
Star system charted.
Oh, that was handy. Go ahead and get that going. And this one has some minerals for us, so that's good. We need minerals. I mean, we confirmed life. Doesn't that mean that I found a lower life form? I thought it was a lower life form life, but maybe not. Actually, leaving stuff in the middle isn't a terrible strategy as long as I can complete around it, because I can always come back for it later. This is gonna trigger in 28 months. I'm not gonna build that. Although now that we've gotten what we need out of the researchers, it might be actually worthwhile to clear this. So we're gonna do that. And then you... We're going to build our mining stations here. And
Star system charted.
we're out of minerals. Ooh, this one's gross. Only 2 energy, and that's it.
Tile blocker cleared.
That's a good Dyson sphere category for later in the game. Actually.
Anomaly found.
Well, definitely not doing that one. Now, in previous iterations that I've played in, failing an anomaly meant death for your science ship. But in Distant Stars, the most recent story pack that they released, they made a change for that so that you no longer lose your science ship if they fail. The only thing that really happens if you go above your level on the science ship is it takes longer to research the anomaly. So I don't really like that change, but it does make it a lot easier. Maybe. We are not finding more planets, and that's very troublesome.
Star system charted.
Ugh, another bad one. Although at least this one is 4 from the star, so I'm not building a ton of stuff for it. Let's move on.
Star system charted.
Yay, we finally found a new planet. Continental, though. 24. It's a nice size. I think 25 is the max. See if we can take a look at it. Nope, not yet. I think 25 is the max. So 24 is really nice. That's a good terraforming subject for later. Ooh, a double. Alpine and 2. Man, we are not getting lucky for arids. 10 is basically throwaway. I'm only going to do that if I want to try to fill up planets for the victory condition. I think I'm going to take this guy and go straight down to Nigero? Whatever.
Star system charted.
Leave P. Actually, we're getting to a point where it might not be terrible to do them. We are filling out quite nicely, and this gives me a nice ring to go back on if I want to. And I'm actually going to build for this energy. 4 is a good use of my resources. He is going to build where I wanted him. That's wonderful. Let's go ahead and clear a couple more of these. I'm actually going to clear food out. And that reminds me, let's go ahead and change policies for our food. It always starts at minimal, and I don't really understand this because the 3 of them don't really mean anything except for large means you get to store more. I don't think it slows you down at all. New research. Jeez. Do I want pop growth or heritage? We're going to go for heritage site. And then here, I'm going to go for the mining network 2. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.